Hello again, this is the Marvelous Miko, and today we'll be doing a tier list on the anime called Your Lie in April. Now, back in the time where this released, I didn't really have like a niche or like a nick towards like romance and these types of slice of life animes. I was more interested in like shonen animes, although technically speaking this is a shonen anime, but I was one of those like giga chats that wanted to watch like JoJo, One Piece, Dragon Ball, Naruto, these types of like animes you would typically see from like a 14-year-old demographic. But recently I've been really interested in like romance and slice of life animes, and it really got me thinking about life in general. And so with that said, let's get right into the tier list. Alright, so number one we got Watsuri. Now Watsuri, I'm just gonna perfectly say that he's in a B tier. I believe like he was a really good character overall. Really didn't make any significance other than being like this boyfriend for like Kyori, but in terms of his like character, I believe that like he was well represented as like the captain of the soccer team. You know, he's one of these like pushovers, one of those motivators for Kosei, and yeah, I think he was a pretty good character overall. Alright, next we got Kyori. Now I think she's a solid like S tier, and the reason why I say that is because like she really motivated Kosei, like literally the reason why like Kosei is like perfect being today, or not the perfect being, but like a good person, because like Kyori was one of these people that actually inspired Kosei to actually like go play piano again, because back in the time where he didn't want to play piano because of his scars of his past, which we'll get to in this when we get to Kosei. But yeah, Kyori was one of these people that really motivated and pushed Kosei. Although I'll do like another video on a synopsis about Your Lie in April, and then what are my thoughts about the anime. But like overall, I'm just going to be rating characters in this video, obviously, because this is a tier list. But yeah, overall S tier, and nothing really to complain about. All right, so this is one of the T tiers, or the I'm trying to use a good terminology here. Proctor. Let's just use proctor. Like a proctor for Takashi, or piano instructor, whatever. So he didn't really make any significance, but he was kind of funny. I'll put him as C tier because he was kind of funny in towards like when Kosei was playing the piano during those types of competitions, and I feel like that he kind of made it comedic in a way of like, oh my god, he was playing this type of music, oh my god, he's so the way he's playing it, it's so cool. And that was kind of funny. I wouldn't put it really in F tier because like that's kind of being disrespectful to a guy that kind of made the show a little bit better and more comedic, as opposed to looking at the intro and then being like really depressed about it. So I kind of like that aspect of his character. Alright, next we got Tsubaki. Now Tsubaki is probably close to like Watsuri because she was kind of these it's kind of the same character, like one of the supporting characters. Although I will say she had like more screen time, so I'll probably put her in front of Watsuri. And she kind of got more dramatic towards in the series where she wanted like Kosei's like love or something like that. It's kind of weird, considering that she wanted to like act like this big sister for Kosei, but you know, where time comes where drama comes really into play, she's like up there, one of those drama queens that wants to end up with Kosei, but we already know that Kyori and Kosei would be the ideal couple. Alright, next we got Hiroko. Now I'm really tempted to put her in S tier because she's looking pretty fine, to be honest, but if we're being real here, I'll put her like in an A tier. I believe she was a really good character in terms of like the second half, because she wasn't really mentioned in like the first half of like the series. I mean, well, like when her mom Saki, which we'll get to in a second, she was kind of like the one that was like pushing around that wheelchair in that one performance of Kosei. And then in terms of her character, like she was pretty good. Like she was keenly observant when it comes to like you know how like Kosei plays, and also like one other individual we'll also get into in this video. But yeah, she was kind of like a good in that aspect. Alright, next we got Saki. Now yeah, there's really no place for her. She just go in F tier, but I'll explain my reasoning why she should be in D tier. But like I know that anyone that's gonna watch this video is gonna say she should be in F tier, why did you put her in D tier? And then I'm just gonna be like, okay, so let me explain my reasoning here. So of course, she's one of these crazy, chaotic, mental beings that's existed in this anime. I can't really find words to describe like how malicious she is. Yeah, like abusing your child is not okay. That's number one. Number two, you're trying to make this person like perfect, and every human being makes mistakes, and yeah, it should be an F tier. But the reason why I put her in D tier is because like it was kind of like Kosei's like imagination, like kind of in the anime where he kind of mentions that this was his imagination of his mother being like this very cruel individual. but like in reality, like in the first time she taught him piano, was very kind and always played like this one song, and this really gave Kosei the like courage to like say goodbye to her, like because she, you know, obviously she was dead going into the anime. So in terms of like, I should put her D tier. I, of course, like everyone's gonna say F tier, but so it is what it is. This is my tier list. You can't complain about it. You have your own opinion, I have my own. All right, next we got Emmy. I'll guess I'll put her C tier because like she was kind of one of those individuals that that got inspired by Kosei, you know, thinking about her or thinking about his music to be like sunshine and flowers and stuff like that. And she was kind of like this pushover where like she wanted to play piano because of him. And so like a lot of people in here got inspired because like they wanted to play piano. Of course not the adults, but like in terms of like what Kosei knew, like a lot of these people played like music because of him. So it's kind of cool to see this kind of rivalry between Emmy and Kosei. But I thought she was a pretty good character overall. Not really a B tier because she was kind of introduced a little later, but like we didn't really get to see her character. So all right, next we got the Mr. Douchebag over here, which is obviously F tier. I mean, what do you want me to say? He's literally contributes nothing to the series. So all right, next we got Kashiwagi. Now I'll just put her in D tier, but we're just gonna do this in a second. Yeah, there we go. All right, next we got the other judge. I don't think he's not that bad as this guy, but he's still an F tier. All right, next we got this person. I'm pretty sure this is like the daughter of Hiroko. There we go. All right, next we got the big boy Kosei over here, and we'll put him at a good S tier. All right, so this guy was very significant putting an F tier, but I wouldn't say like he's below these two, but like F tier, pretty significant. All right, next we got Takashi's little sister, Nagi, and I'm gonna put her at a D tier. I want to say F tier because she's not really completely useless, but like she was kind of inspired by like Takashi because like he played piano and wanted to beat his rival, you know, something like that. He was like a hero to him, but also in that aspect of like she also wanted to do good as a pianist, and I believe she had like a good like attention to her during that time where like Kosei and Nagi were playing at that school recital, I believe, and she kind of got to realize like what's her type of music, like who am I playing for. Like here's the thing, like Kyori inspired this guy and this guy inspired this person, so it kind of goes like that type of thing. I don't know. So you know what, I'll just put her at C tier. All right, next we got Ramen Guy. I mean the parents of Kyori, they're kind of really insignificant. I really wouldn't put them at like D tier, but I would also, well actually I wouldn't put them in F tier, but I also wouldn't put them at like C tier, so I'll just put him at D tier. All right, this guy literally was insignificant. I don't know why they added this character. Literally just a plot device for Tsubaki. I don't know. I don't understand. Okay. All right, next we got Takashi. So, you know, solid B tier. I think he had more of a role than like Emmy. Well, you could kind of say, yeah, I could swap these two, but like the thing is like Takashi kind of got more of a screen time on like the OVA as well. Like there's the thing, like I'm also counting like the OVA, and like he kind of had more of a backstory because like he was the one who got inspired by like Kosei's music, you know, going to his freaking backyard just to like scout what he does and showing that he like practices like 24/7, which is kind of creepy, but you know, he was kind of this good character, you know, B tier. I really liked it. All right, this is the instructor for Emmy, and she goes in the C tier. So here we go. This is my tier list. There's also another character I want to like bring up, and it was the guy that actually like. And there you have it. This is my tier list for Your Lie in April. Now, I should have mentioned this in the beginning of the video, but if you've not watched the anime, go watch it. It's spectacular. So yeah, with that said, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe. I should have said that in my first video, but doesn't matter. Do those things, and I'll see you in the next video. Also subscribe to my channel.